welcome. It's lovely to see you here. Hope you've got a lovely cup of tea underway. Just wanting to, after our chat yesterday, I was just wanting to pull out the Nine of Cups because I know that the Nine of Pentacles came into the reading, and I know that my conscious mind knew that it was the Nine of Pentacles, the independent woman who doesn't need anything. She's gathered what she needs and she relies on no one. But I said the Nine of Cups quite a few times, and if you'll just look at that energy, that's the greedy energy. I've got everything. I'm winning at the game of life, so I'm quite good. So I just wanted to bring those two cards out and acknowledge that yes, I was talking and saying the wrong thing, but I think maybe I was mixing up the physical and material world and the emotional and relationship-y type energies together. And then the Judgment card. I'd just like to actually read from a book. This one here, Eden Gray, A Complete Guide to the Tarot. So when I was taught the tarot by an incredible teacher, this was the book that he recommended to the class, and one of the lovely ladies in the class bought 2 copies and gifted me this. So thank you. And I'm just going to focus on the Judgment card. And Archangel Gabriel is the angel of messages. So I'll just place that out there before I start reading. The angel Gabriel emerges from the heavens, blowing on his bannered trumpet, its 7 basic tones indicated by the 7 lines radiating from it. This imperious blast is the creative word that liberates man from his terrestrial limitations. The cross on the banner is the solar system of the balance of forces. The cross on the banner is the solar symbol of the balance of forces. The coffins float on the sea of cosmic mind stuff, which is the ultimate goal of those streams and pools that begin in the High Priestess and pass through many forms. Snowy mountains beyond the sea are the heights of abstract thought. In quotes, the hour cometh, and now is, in which all they which are in the tombs, brackets, of human belief, shall hear his voice and shall arise. This is the reawakening of nature under the influence of spirit, the mystery of birth and death. The man arising from the tomb of world belief is again the conscious, the woman the subconscious, the child the regenerated personality. Spirit has now fully clothed itself in man. The Word has been made flesh and dwells amongst us. The one who has passed the tests, and then in brackets, including the crucial last test, is always called the twice born. Key 20 is comprised of 2 complete cycles of 10, each containing the experience of the 9 digits. But unlike the first 10, in which one stands before the 0 of unmanifest forces, here we find 2, signifying that the life force entered into matter and was multiplied. In quotes, the power belongs to him who knows, and he who knows is then responsible. Therefore the fool is the one who by effort and suffering has found the secrets of life. And the meaning of this card is a life well lived, a work well done, awakening, renewal, legal judgments in one's favor, a change of personal consciousness which is now on the verge of blending with the universal. The people that have passed over in the last 2.5 years, and let's be honest, the last 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, the last million years. They're up there. And if we talk to them, they will talk back. I've got someone up there. They took the treatment, they had the illness, and now they've left the earth plane. The changes to everything, our entire way of life, through my ability to grieve for that person into a complete cosmos of the unknown. I have been used to having people die, and there's a way things happen, a standard way. Sometimes in some families it's a little bit different, and then sometimes it's really way out. And you know, in my family I've had that. My great-grandmother died, and her sons who were still on the earth plane knew nothing about it until she'd been cremated and dealt with, and the lawyer got in touch. Those were her wishes. So yes, it's a really extreme case. But my life, I've been conditioned to having this normalized understanding of how to process grief. And for this situation, that was stripped away from me, and I was in free fall. And I'm really sad that he's not here, but he is there. And I talk to him every day. And I know someone who had the privilege of meeting Nelson Mandela. And they asked the question, are you angry? And the answer they received was, what good would that serve? The key thing is he never said he wasn't angry, but what good would that serve? When you're in anger, when you're in fight or flight, you don't have the mental or physical capacity to allow your brain to operate here. You're in all of these extremes over here. And I went looking for an eraser this morning because I thought, oh great, I've written this in pencil. I'll be able to just rub it out. And I wasn't able to find an eraser, which I have probably at least 600 of them floating around this house. But I did find this, which for the person I'm talking about who's no longer on the earth plane, this was something attached to the wedding invitation that you sent me. And your wedding was one of the most stunning and beautiful weddings I have ever been to. So thank you for the invite, and I'm so glad I was able to be there. And then as I was getting ready for today, the song Hello came on. Hello from the other side. They're talking to us and we're talking to them. So how about we reset our vagal nerve, stop being so angry, and actually hear each other. Hear both those above us and those still on the earth plane next to us. I'm just going to cover off a little thing here. I've got a few books on the go, and I bought a book for my mum for Mother's Day, and she finished it and she loved it, and she has been asking me repeatedly for at least a week if I've started it yet. And so I took that as a sign, and when I opened the book there were 2 quotes. And the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. So this book attributes that to Emily Dickinson. And there was another quote, forgive yourself for the many ways you hurt yourself when all you were doing was trying to survive. And I think that's the thing. The elephant in the room has farted. Let's be honest. The treatments are not effective. Where that sits in here, well, people are working that out. Clever analysts with that skill set are actually working out at the moment what that actually looks like. As for the safety, the elephant in the room has farted. That too has proved to be incorrect. There's much more clever and qualified people out there working to see what that actually looks like. I'll give you some tourmaline to look at. Or just hold that if you want. It makes you feel quite good. There's much more qualified people out there looking at that. And it seems that people in the Twitter world, where I connect into the collective consciousness in the physical realm, they're still denying there's an elephant, and while they're gagging and choking on the smell of its fart, it's actually like, take a huge step back. The cognitive dissonance is quite funny. So don't is the wrong suggestion. I'd suggest just let the truth do its thing. When we all know that when our babies wake up, generally they're around here, but everyone says, oh, don't wake up the baby, he'll be so grumpy. So just apply that to humanity. Just to finish off, I've got a question here. Are the news stories playing in New Zealand designed to architect disharmony? Oh yeah. Are the news stories playing in New Zealand the past 7 days designed to architect disharmony? So there's a few things going on. There's Harry versus the Royals versus climate change. There's wearing a face covering versus not wearing a face covering. Police brutality on New Zealand citizens versus one officer being attacked. For that last one, I just am saying the first thing is not okay, and neither is the second thing, and both of those things can be true in the same space and time continuum. They can. It's not one or the other. They both can be true. So to answer that question there about is they designed, I've brought out this other mechanism here, the Book of Answers. And this is the thing, lots of people who come to me and they want me to answer a question. I just hand them this book and say, ask the book, I'll go make you a cup of tea. So yeah, are those stories designed to architect disharmony? So this is the answer. Take charge. Take charge. Take charge of your message. Take charge of your anger. What good does your anger serve these people? And also, we all know when you're angry, you can't hear things properly. You hear something different when you're in a dysregulated state. So yes, I'd just like to leave that with you, and I'm taking charge by going to meet someone for a cup of tea in their home. So hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.